resonance energy is the difference between energy of actual structure of compound and most stable resonating structure. So if two or more canonical forms are there, which is having the difference between the actual energy of a structure of compound and which canonical form is most stable, that give that resonance energy. So actually when you see that resonance, there are important point to recognize the resonance. First one, it is only the, actually what you mean by the resonance, it is only the arrangement of electrons of atom that differ in different canonical form, but neither the relative position of atoms nor the number of bond pairs and lone pair in a particular compound cannot be changed. So it is only the arrangement of electrons. We are not changing anything. Only arrangement of electrons alone we are changing. Next one, the canonical form have no real existence. It is not true that a given molecule or ion exists in one canonical form at one point of time and in another at another point of time. It can be any form. So no equilibrium exists among the resonating form, and they should not be shown by the sign reversibility reaction between the two of them. So there is no equilibrium exist. So we cannot show by that double arrow mark. So double arrow mark in the sense half of the equilibrium, here off, there off. Resonance stabilized is a species because the resonance hybrid has a lower energy than the resonance forms of it. So the energy by which species get more stabilized than lowest energy canonical form is called resonance energy. For example, actual carbon dioxide is 150 kilojoule per mole, lower than that of most stable canonical form. The resonance of CO2 is 150 kilojoule per mole. So the different canonical form do not necessarily contribute equally to the resonance hybrid of a species. For example, the two form nitrogen dioxide O double bond nitrogen dioxide O. When it change into another double bond will come in the right side. So equally to the resonance hybrid of NO2. But the form of nitrogen double bond nitrogen double bond oxygen contribute to a greater extent than nitrogen triple bond nitrogen oxygen to the resonance of hybrid of nitrogen dioxide. So we can calculate how many resonances possible for a given compound. That means we have to draw the structure and we have to arrange the double bond without changing the number of bond. For example, if you take SO3 2 minus, yes, single bond O, double bond O, single bond O is there. So the double bond can be arranged in 1 oxygen. So how many resonance structure is possible for SO3 2 minus 3 structure is possible. How many resonance structure is possible for SO4 2 minus? Actually, SO4 2 minus should be more, many structure is possible. SO4 2 ion should be more stable than SO3 2 ion. The next one is polarity of bond. When you see that there are different bond is there, bond parameters are there. If the bond, we are changing the bond here and there, it gives a resonance. That also we have seen. When you see the polarity of the bond, the existence of 100% ionic or covalent bond represent an ideal situation. In reality, no bond or compound is either completely covalent or ionic. Even in case of covalent bond between two hydrogen atoms, there is some ionic character also. When covalent bond is formed between two similar atoms, for example, hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine molecule, the shared pair of electrons is equally attracted by the two atoms. As a result, electron pair is situated exactly between the two identical nuclei. The bond so formed is called nonpolar covalent bond. When you see this heteronuclear molecule like hydrogen fluoride, the shared electron pair between two atoms get displaced more towards fluorine since the electronegativity of fluorine is far greater than of hydrogen. So thus resultant covalent bond is polar covalent bond. As a result, polarization of molecule possess the dipole moment. Actually, what is dipole moment? Dipole moment is a product of magnitude of the charge. That means either it is net charge of positive and negative charge and the distance between the center of positive and negative charge. That is known as dipole moment. What is dipole moment? Dipole moment, which can be defined as the product of the magnitude of the charge and the distance between the center of positive and negative charge. It is usually designated by the Greek letter mu. Dipole moment mu equal to charge q into distance separation r, q into r. So dipole moment is usually expressed in debye unit d. Conversion factor is 1 d is equal to 3.33564 into 10 to the power minus 30 coulomb meter, cm, coulomb meter. For the dipole moment is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity and it is depicted by a small arrow with tail on the positive center and head pointing towards the negative center. For example, the dipole moment of hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen near positive and arrow mark head pointing towards the negative, that is fluorine. So the shift of electron density is symbolized by a cross arrow above the Lewis structure indicate the electron shift. In case of polyatomic molecule, the dipole moment not only depend upon individual dipole moment of bond known as bond dipole and also spatial arrangement of various bond in molecule. In such case, dipole moment of the molecule is the vector sum of dipole moment of various bond. For example, in water molecule which has bent structure, the two OH bond are oriented at an angle of 104.5 degree. The net dipole moment of 6.17 into 10 to the power 30 coulomb meter is the resultant of dipole moment of two OH bond. Thus, the net dipole moment of OH bond is 1.85 D. So, in such a way, we have to calculate the dipole moment of a given particular compound. Dipole moment of beryllium fluoride is 0. This is because two equal bond dipoles point in opposite direction and cancel the effect of each other. In tetra molecule, for example, boron tetrafluoride, the dipole moment is 0, although boron and fluorine bonds are oriented at an angle of 120 degree to one another. The three bond moments give a net sum of 0 as the resultant. Any two is equal and opposite to the third. When you see this dipole moment of fluorine is more electronegative than nitrogen, the resultant dipole moment of ammonia is 4.90. into 10 to the power minus 30 coulometer is greater than that of nitrogen tetrafluoride, that is 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 30 coulometer. This is because in case of ammonia, the orbital dipole due to lone pair is in the same direction as the resultant dipole moment of nitrogen and hydrogen bonds, whereas in nitrogen fluoride the orbital dipole is and direction opposite to the resultant dipole moment of 3 nitrogen fluoride bond. So the orbital dipole moment because of lone pair decreases the effect of resultant nitrogen fluorine bond moment, which result in the low dipole moment of nitrogen fluoride as represented. In your textbook it is given this how this dipole moment of nitrogen fluoride and ammonia. So all the covalent bond have some partial ionic character. The ionic bond also have partial covalent character. The partial covalent character of ionic bond was discussed by Fajans in terms of the following rule, Fajans rule. Here dipole moment of some of the molecule is given and shape also given. For hydrogen fluoride dipole moment is 1.78 linear. For water dipole moment is 1.84, it is bent. For ammonia dipole moment is 1.47, this is trigonal bipyramidal. For methane dipole moment is 0, it is tetrahedral. So this tabular column just you can read with your textbook.